not just a Lamborghini, this is a warning shot, a signal that the rules have changed. For decades, Lamborghini meant one thing, a screaming V12. No compromises, no apologies. But the world is different now. Regulations are tighter, technology is smarter, and the future is knocking hard. So here's the question. What happens when Lamborghini refuses to let go of its soul, but still steps into tomorrow? This is the 2026 Lamborghini Revuelto. And it is unlike any Lamborghini before it, not because it's faster, not because it's newer, but because it represents a moment of tension, a battle between the old world and the next one. You're looking at the first Lamborghini V12 hybrid supercar, and that sentence alone would have sounded impossible just a few years ago. To purists, the word hybrid feels like betrayal. To engineers, it's an opportunity. And Lamborghini? Lamborghini chose to turn it into a weapon of performance. This car was not built to save fuel. It was built to protect emotion. And if you're watching this, you're not here for specs alone. You're here because you understand something deeper. You understand what it means when a brand with this much history decides to evolve without asking permission. Look closely at the Revuelto. Every angle feels sharp. Every surface looks intentional. This isn't nostalgia. This is a statement. Lamborghini could have gone quiet, could have gone safe, could have gone fully electric. They didn't. Instead, they asked a dangerous question. Can the V12 survive in a hybrid future and still feel like a Lamborghini? That's the tension at the heart of this car. Mechanical rage versus digital precision. Sound versus silence. Emotion versus efficiency. And you, right now, are part of a very small group of people who actually care about that answer. So let me ask you something. When the world tells you to slow down, do you adapt? Or do you redefine speed? Because the Revuelto doesn't just replace the Aventador, it challenges what a modern supercar is allowed to be. And in the next part, we're going to break down how Lamborghini used aerospace thinking, advanced materials, and hybrid power to build something that feels less like compromise and more like controlled aggression. If you love cars that rewrite history, stay with me, because this is where things get serious. Stand in front of the Revuelto, and one thing becomes clear immediately. This car wasn't shaped for beauty alone. It was shaped for control. Lamborghini's designers took inspiration from aerospace engineering, not in a fictional way, but in a functional one. Sharp edges, clean air paths, surfaces that manage airflow instead of fighting it. The front end is low and purposeful, guiding air with precision. The Y-shaped lighting isn't just a design signature, it visually widens the car and emphasizes its aggressive stance. Everything you see has a job. Active aerodynamics play a huge role here. The Revuelto constantly adjusts how it moves through the air, depending on speed and driving conditions. At high speed, it becomes more planted. Under braking, more stable. In corners, more confident. Underneath that dramatic skin is an all-new carbon fiber monocoque, lighter, stronger, more rigid than anything Lamborghini has built before. This isn't about shaving weight for numbers on paper, it's about feel. How instantly the car reacts when you turn the wheel. Now let's talk about the heart of the Revuelto. A naturally aspirated 6.5-liter V12 still lives behind the driver. It revs high, it breathes freely, and it sounds exactly the way a Lamborghini should. But now, it's supported by electric motors, one integrated into the transmission and two driving the front wheels. This setup creates all-wheel drive with immediate response. No lag, no hesitation. This hybrid system isn't here to be polite. It's here to add instant torque, sharper launches, and stronger exits from corners. When you press the throttle, the response is immediate. The electric motors fill the gap. The V12 takes over, and the car surges forward with relentless force. Acceleration feels violent but controlled. The steering is razor sharp. The chassis feels locked to the road. Compared to other hypercars, the Revuelto doesn't chase silence or smoothness. It has presence. It demands attention. It feels mechanical in a world that's becoming digital. Now imagine yourself in the driver's seat, hands tight on the wheel, eyes locked ahead, the road compressing toward you. Is this the future you want, or do you miss pure V12s? Comment below, because this debate matters more than ever. And in the final part, we're stepping inside the cockpit and into the emotional core of the Revuelto. Open the door, and the Revuelto doesn't welcome you. It positions you. The interior is designed around one idea. The driver comes first. You sit low, the dashboard wraps around you. Every control feels intentional. Digital displays dominate the cabin, but not in a distracting way. The main driver screen delivers speed, revs, and critical data with clarity. The center display manages vehicle settings and performance modes. Even the passenger gets their own screen, not for comfort, but for involvement. This is a cockpit, not a lounge. The inspiration from fighter aircraft is wheel and functional, toggle-style switches, clear visual hierarchy. Everything designed so the driver can focus, especially at speed. But the soul of the Revuelto isn't in its screens. It's in its sound. Press the starter. The V12 ignites. At low speed, the electric system glides silently. But when the engine wakes up, it doesn't whisper, it announces itself. As the revs climb, the sound hardens, sharp, metallic, emotional. This is not artificial noise. This is combustion, refined by decades of obsession. The hybrid system doesn't dilute that feeling, it amplifies it. Torque hits instantly. Power builds relentlessly. The car feels alive beneath you. And that's why the Revuelto matters. This isn't Lamborghini giving up its past, it's Lamborghini protecting it. The Revuelto is a bridge between raw mechanical emotion and modern performance demands, between tradition and survival, between what supercars were and what they must become. Years from now, this car will be remembered as a turning point. The moment Lamborghini proved that evolution doesn't have to mean surrender. So here's the real question. If this is the future of supercars, are you ready for it? If this story moved you, like the video. If you want more cinematic car stories, subscribe. And tell me in the comments, what should Lamborghini do next? Because the road ahead is fast, and only the bold survive.